Wow. One of my favorite lunch recipes. I got 6 meals in the freezer. These are seriously very, very good. This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my kitchen. It's a kitchen vlog kind of day today. Today I thought I would take a little bit of time to do some postpartum meal prepping. By the time you watch this, baby will be here, but at the time I'm filming, I'm still very much pregnant, and I think it would just be really nice to fill up the freezer with some meals that are just ready to go. We can just very quickly whip up, you know, during that first postpartum period when we're still adjusting to life with a newborn. There are a bunch of things I would like to make, and I think today would be a great place to start. So I'm gonna go ahead, do some planning for that, get some ingredients, gonna go grocery shopping, and then I want to make some things. What I mainly want to focus on today, I think, is making some crockpot dump bags. I feel like this is gonna be the perfect thing for postpartum. I'm not sure, of course, I've never gone through it, but it sounds like a very good idea. What a dump bag entails basically is that you just chop up all of your ingredients, prep everything, add all of your chopped ingredients, plus all the spices and everything that needs to go into the crockpot into a Ziploc bag. You freeze that, and then once you're ready to cook it, you just dump it into the crockpot and let it run. And I feel like that would be absolutely perfect because it'll save me a lot of time right now. I won't have to pre-cook everything. It'll be super easy to set up on the day off and require no effort and give us a freshly cooked ready meal at the end of it. We were gifted a slow cooker at Christmas, and I think it's gonna be the absolute perfect thing. So I wanna, yeah, just prep a bunch of these like dump bags, different kinds of meals. I would really like to have some variety in different kind of like flavor profiles and things. I don't want to get tired of the freezer meals that we do have. I also want to prep some snacks. I've been told that especially when breastfeeding, you're gonna need lots of snacks, and then maybe some cooked meals, although I'm thinking probably between now and until, you know, baby gets here, I'll just cook double portions of some of the meals I'm making, freeze some of those as well, so I might not necessarily have to do that today. We'll see how far we get, but lunch first. It is 12 o'clock, time to get some fuel into me. I'm gonna be making one of my favorite recipes today, one of my favorite lunch recipes. This is a pick up limes recipe, and it's for gado gado toast. Absolutely delicious. So let me get out my toaster. I love making this because it's so nutritious and filling, and it has protein, it has some veggies, fiber, and it's just delicious. So I'll just start by popping some lovely sourdough bread into my toaster here. And while that is toasting, I will prep some of my other ingredients. I need cucumber and carrots. Slice into thin slices. We're gonna do these little like matchsticks, just so that we get a bit of texture variation in there. It's always nice. I'm gonna do about half a carrot, I think. Toast is done, so let's assemble this sandwich. I'm gonna start with a layer of peanut butter. Then I go in with this stuff, and I don't know what you call this in English. We have a lot of Indonesian food in the Netherlands. It's very popular over here, and this is kind of like an Indonesian sweet soy sauce, I guess. Has some molasses, some soy, but it's gonna go on top of my peanut butter here. Then I'm gonna do a layer of the cucumber. Next up is some of this stuff. It's basically a spicy chili paste. It's just a bit more flavorful than your typical sambal. So I'm gonna just spread that across my cucumbers. Then the carrots. And then lastly, you just top it off with some crispy fried onions. There's my lunch done, and this is heavenly. Oh, so delicious. Can't wait. I'm sitting here with a few cookbooks specifically for the slow cooker, and I think I have 3 different dump bag recipes that I want to make. So I'm gonna go for a chili, a curry, and then a North African kind of tagine inspired dish. So that way I'll have 3 completely different flavor profiles, and all of these are really easy and perfect for this type of cooking. So that's gonna be great. I'm also gonna make some date energy balls. I already have all the ingredients I need for this. I don't need to buy anything for that. And I'm gonna prep a batch of kimchi because I feel like fermented food is so good, so healthy, and it'll just be wonderful to have a batch of kimchi at home. I think that's gonna be it for today. I'm feeling pretty tired today and I want to overstrain myself, and I already feel like 5 dishes is probably enough for one day, even though I don't have to cook a lot for the dump bags, but just chopping all the ingredients and everything. I also have to cook dinner today. Robert has a long day at the office, so yeah, that's gonna be it. I have made a little grocery list, so I'm gonna hop in the car. Luckily it's dry. It's been raining all day, but now it's dry outside, so I'm gonna hop in the car, drive over to the grocery store, buy everything I need, and then we can get back in the kitchen, start cooking. I kind of sorted my ingredients by dish. Some of the stuff I already have in the fridge, so I didn't buy extras of everything. But yeah, I did purchase these freezer bags. Yeah, the freezer just isn't big enough to keep everything in glass, so I think storing everything flat will be the best thing at this point. I also got this big thing of nut mix with cranberries. I feel like this will be a really good snack to just have at hand. Postpartum, I can keep some of that in my little nursing caddy. Straight into the drawer here. Taking a little break from cooking here to tell you a little bit about today's sponsor, as this video is very kindly sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is an online platform where you can build yourself a website from scratch with no experience whatsoever. Anything from building a web shop to a blog to a place to showcase your small business, take bookings, an online portfolio. They make creating all of that super easy, beginner friendly, and a very intuitive experience. You can start from one of their countless templates that they offer for all different categories and kinds of websites, and then go ahead and customize everything until it looks and functions just exactly the way you need to. Or if you want, you could start building yourself, add sections, drag and drop things around. Their fluid engine allows you to see what the website will look like as you're working on it, which makes it really easy to get everything just perfect. They offer lots of great functionalities. So I mentioned selling through their store, something that you can definitely do. They offer newsletters, forums, things like that, and really strong analytics on the back end as well. So really everything you need to build yourself a great website, and they sell domains as well. So if this sounds good to you, you can head to squarespace.com, start your free trial, and then once you're ready to launch your website, you can go to squarespace.com/Loepsie and use code Loepsie to get 10% off of your first purchase of a website or domain, which is fantastic. So another huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video, and now let's head back to the kitchen. I think the first thing I do should be salting my cabbage so that I can let that sit while I make all the other dishes, and then I can finish my kimchi last, I guess. So to get my kimchi started, I have a Napa cabbage here. I'm gonna add the other one in a bit, but I just want to get the salt on here. I'm fairly sure the way I make kimchi isn't very authentic, but it works and the result is good. So, you know, that's all I need. Spread this salt throughout. So this cabbage has been roughly chopped and then washed. And I just sprinkle on a bunch of salt. And then I'm gonna fill up this bowl with water so that it's submerged. I'm doing this in my salad spinner because it's the perfect size. So I'm just gonna use the cover that it comes with to cover this up. I'm just gonna let this sit for a few hours, which in this case specifically means until I finish all the other recipes, I think, and then we can continue. I think I'm gonna start with the curry. So I picked a sweet potato curry with roasted cashews. It includes lentils, coconut milk, lots of protein fats, which is just what I think I will need postpartum, and fiber. Very important. So I took one of those freezer baggies I'm just gonna write down what's inside, how long it needs to cook. 3 hours at high, so I think from frozen, let's do at least 4 or 5. I do think I'm gonna stir everything in a separate container beforehand. Maybe this bowl could be nice for that, so that I'm sure everything is evenly coated in flavor and everything. Because once it's frozen, obviously you're not gonna be able to stir it for a while. 200 grams of lentils, red lentils. Let me use up the ones I have first. Three sweet potatoes, but it doesn't say anything about the size or the weight of these, so I got some pretty chunky ones. I thought more is more in this case. These need to be peeled and diced. Okay, I've added onion, garlic and ginger, and now I need to add all the flavorings. Thai red curry paste. I ended up buying this all natural vegetarian one. It says 2 tablespoons, but I don't want to just use a little bit of this, so I think I'm just going to use it up. I might come to regret this. Oh, I think this may actually be about 2 tablespoons. Yeah, maybe just a little bit more, but not a crazy amount. And I did use pretty big sweet potatoes as well. Teaspoon of garam masala. I'm almost out. 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. Maybe I'll just do 1 because I did use more of that curry paste. Okay, then the coconut milk. I made sure to get the full fat coconut milk because I'm gonna need that when I'm breastfeeding. And some vegetable stock. Already smells incredible and nothing is even cooked yet. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so let's stir everything together. Combine it really well, and then I think I'm actually gonna do 2 of those baggies because this feels like more than 2 portions. The recipe says 4 portions, but usually the 2 of us have large appetites, let's put it that way. Usually it's about 2 or 3 for us, but this does feel like more than 2 portions for sure, so probably gonna do 2 bags. This is also served over rice with cashews as well, so I should bulk it out even more. Alrighty, here's my first dish. 2 bags of it, nice and flat. It doesn't look very appetizing like this, but I think this is the best way to store it. We don't have a very large freezer. I mean, this is all that we have, like these 3 drawers, and this one is typically filled up with frozen fruits and veggies. This one usually has like snacks and ice cream, so really the bottom drawer is all we have. That's one done. So I think I'm gonna go ahead, clean up the kitchen, then have a little snack, sit down for a bit, and then move on to the other 2 recipes. I feel like this one was probably the most labor intense out of the 3 that I'm gonna prep today. So the other 2 I should be able to whip up a lot quicker. They don't involve as much chopping. Well, maybe they do actually. Maybe I'm being optimistic. I'm gonna have a little apple and what else? Not sure yet. I'll come back, let you know. Okay, so this is a weird snack. It's definitely not something I have very often, but I just don't want to have to make another thing. So I'm just gonna have a little bowl of cereal. Mixed nut muesli with soy milk. That and my apple is gonna be my snack for now. And then I can get back to cooking. All right, next up, the Moroccan eggplant stew. I'm gonna use 2 eggplants. I'm gonna use diced tomatoes. 2 cans. I'm doubling this recipe because I feel like 1 eggplant is not 4 portions. Chickpeas, a big can instead of, you know, 1 small one. Carrots, and then flavoring. So I'll just chop everything, put it in this bowl again, and then we can do the added flavors together so that you don't have to watch like an hour of me chopping. All right, all my main veggies are in. So now it says 1 tablespoon of Moroccan spice blend. Now I'm not entirely sure what that means. This is an American cookbook that I have here, but I'm gonna use Ras Al Hanout because I feel like that would, you know, go with this in any case. Actually 2 tablespoons because I've doubled the recipe. Then some cumin, red pepper flakes, And then some salt and pepper. And now let's try to combine all of this. This is a pretty full bowl that I have here, so I hope I can kind of evenly distribute these spices. Alrighty, next set of done bags is done. Moroccan eggplant stew, 5 hours on high. I put bulgur. The recipe says rice, but I'm sorry, that is just wrong. This needs to be served with bulgur or couscous, whatever we have. But yeah, these can go in the freezer. One more dish left, which is the chili. I don't have a recipe for that. I never really use recipes for chili, so I'm just gonna throw together stuff that I have. That's gonna be my freezer bags done actually, which is great because after that I definitely need to get started on dinner. I did decide though that we're gonna have a simple dinner tonight because I am pretty much done with chopping and cooking at this point. Definitely will be after I finish all of this and the kimchi, and we haven't even started on the snack, the energy balls, yet. Maybe I did bite off a bit more than I could chew here, but that's okay. A simple dinner tonight should be fine. Okay, so for my chili I have 3 types of canned beans. I'm doing black beans, kidney beans, and lima beans. I'm gonna do diced tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, tomato paste. I have some frozen corn here. The last of my carrots, just use those up. I have some peppers that I'm gonna use. Onion, garlic. I'm gonna do chipotle peppers. Might add some pickled jalapenos as well. And spices. Two bags of chili, and that is my meal prep done for today. I'm very proud of myself. I got 6 meals in the freezer, which I think is fantastic, and I'm sure we're gonna be very happy to have these. We have family and friends living nearby, so I'm sure we will be brought food, you know, during those first few weeks, but it's nice to have something so that we don't have to rely on others. I need to clean up the kitchen, and then it's time to start dinner. For dinner, since I've decided to keep it simple, I'm just gonna do some oven roasted sweet potato. Let me just season this a little. I'll definitely do some oil. Perfect way to use up the last of this oil. Gonna do salt, pepper, some smoked paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, and chili flakes. Just make sure everything is coated evenly. And I will pop this in the oven for about 20-25 minutes. And it's gonna come out delicious. To go with that, I'm gonna do this vegetable patty that I have. Honestly, I might just do a can of baked beans to go with it, because I am pooped and I need to go sit down. I think I'm gonna do the kimchi after dinner, and I think I'm gonna leave the energy balls until tomorrow. Dinner is ready. Sweet potato cubes, baked beans, veggie patty. And of course we're having some vegan mayo with that because this is a Dutch household. Alright, it's kimchi time. Let's get this done. I'm doing a lazy version because I just can't be bothered anymore. So I have a food processor here. In here I have radishes, garlic, sugar, soy sauce. I'm gonna add a bunch of these gochugaru flakes. Just gonna eyeball everything, honestly. More is more. Not like I don't have enough. I also realized I used up all my carrots and I was supposed to save a few for the kimchi. So it's just gonna be the cabbage and some scallions, but that's okay. Blend this up. Or actually let me prep everything else first so that I don't have to get my hands dirty. So I need to rinse and chop my scallions. Then I'm gonna grab my cabbage that's been sitting in the brine and drain that. It has softened nicely, that's great. And I'm just gonna blend my paste here while I go grab the fermentation pots. It's gonna need a little bit of water, I think. Combine the paste with my veggies here. Let me take off my watch. Oh, it smells incredible. Oh, I forgot the ginger. Oh my gosh, I'm so scatterbrained. I usually add ginger, but I'm not gonna go back and do it. It's just gonna be gingerless and carrotless kimchi. All right, there we go. And now all of it goes into the fermentation pot. I definitely didn't need to add that water. It came out pretty wet. Thinking, do I add this or do I not? Maybe just a little bit. Definitely not all of it, because kimchi usually stays pretty dry. I will just have to wait and see how this one turns out. Although I have to say, I've never had a kimchi fail. I feel like it's very forgiving. You can do pretty much anything with it. Yeah, it's just gonna remain here in the kitchen for a few days. Then I'm gonna transfer it to the fridge, or maybe just the shed, depending on the weather. Kimchi's done. It's a new day, I've had some rest, let's make these energy balls. I love this as a snack, it's nutritious, it's delicious, it's very quick and easy to make. I'm gonna use my food processor for this again. First up, we need 250 grams of dates, pitted dates. Then 125 grams of almonds, a tablespoon of cacao powder, the unsweetened, just pure stuff, and a tablespoon of water. Then we're gonna pulse this a few times, and the goal here is to keep blending until it creates this ball of dough, pretty much. Okay, then once it looks a little something like this, doesn't have to be completely smooth, I'm gonna add some add-ons. In my case, I'm gonna do some chocolate drops. About a tablespoon maybe. And I'm gonna do some freeze-dried strawberries. And then I'm just gonna blend this to combine so that all the add-ons are incorporated. Looks good. Now what I'm gonna do next is take this stuff, dough I guess, and I'm gonna start rolling it into the balls that it's gonna be in the end. So this recipe yields about 18 pieces, so I'm gonna separate it into 18. And then each individual bowl, I'm then gonna roll either through the crushed raspberries or the cacao powder, and that stops them from being so sticky, which is great. It makes them easier to save and eat. I'm thinking maybe it's actually 16 pieces. That feels like an easier number to divide. So if you divide it into 16, you get balls about this size, which seems like a nice serving size. So I'm gonna do half of them with the raspberries and then half of them with the cacao powder. And there they are. Delicious date energy balls. I actually wonder if these will make it until I give birth, but I can always make more. These are seriously very, very good. Should definitely give it a try. And I think that concludes my meal prep for now at least. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see all of the other stuff that I will be up to in the upcoming weeks, months, years. There's another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you so much once again for being here, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!